I feel like being messy, and the girls in Atlanta just gonna have to get me, okay? Why is the folks saying that the night of that tragic accident with Tamar, she was actually on a date booed up with Mendeecees? Yes, married Mendeecees, the one that's going through it right now on Love and Hip Hop for cheating on Yandy with all them women. Yes, they are saying that him and Tamar was holding hands, all canoodled up, booed up.
Tamar Braxton says she woke up in a pool of blood. Teeth gone, face broken, memory blank. But the streets of Atlanta whisper her name alongside Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris. Was it a tragic accident? Or the price of crossing the wrong? Wife? Atlanta never sleeps. But on this night, the city didn't just stay awake. It screamed. The kind of scream that only comes when gossip turns into something darker. The name Tamar Braxton was everywhere. The words blood, teeth, and missing were attached to her name in every blog, every headline, every whispered conversation in Atlanta's clubs and salons. And when the name Tamar Braxton collides with the names Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris, you already know the streets won't stay quiet. The story began with Tamar Braxton's own haunting words. I woke up in a pool of blood. My teeth were gone, my face was broken, I don't even know what happened to me. That one line stopped fans in their tracks. It wasn't shade, it wasn't clout. It sounded like a crime. And the more Tamar Braxton repeated her truth, the more people demanded answers. Who did this? How did it happen? And why was Mendeecees Harris, the husband of Yandy Smith, suddenly tied to it? Because according to the streets, the night before the blood and the teeth, Tamar Braxton was seen with Mendeecees Harris at V12 Lounge in Atlanta. The lights were dim, the drinks were flowing, and the gossip was watching. Eyewitnesses swear they saw Tamar Braxton leaning in close to Mendeecees Harris, whispering, laughing, flirting. And the whispers turned into evidence when fans claimed the two of them left together, not minutes apart, not casually, but together, after 1 a.m. Now here's where the story turns. According to multiple sources, Tamar Braxton invited Mendeecees Harris and a group of friends back to her house for an after-party. That after-party, confirmed by none other than Funky Dineva, is now infamous. Because it was at Tamar Braxton's house where the night ended, and it was at Tamar Braxton's house where the morning came with blood, pain, and missing teeth. Let's pause. Think about it. Tamar Braxton spotted with Mendeecees Harris at the club. Tamar Braxton leaves with Mendeecees Harris. Tamar Braxton wakes up destroyed. You don't need a detective to connect those dots. And the moment fans started connecting the dots, one name rang louder than the rest. Yandy Smith. Yandy Smith has built her brand on strength, loyalty, and survival. Everyone knows how hard Yandy Smith fought for her marriage while Mendeecees Harris served time. Everyone knows how many side chick rumors Yandy Smith has swatted away like flies, but this time it wasn't just another nameless woman. This time it was Tamar Braxton, a household name, a woman with her own fan base, her own power, her own mess. And if Yandy Smith felt betrayed, if Yandy Smith felt disrespected, then Atlanta knew someone was going to pay. That's when Kesha's name surfaced. Kesha, Yandy Smith's cousin, known for doing the dirty work. Known for showing up when whispers turn into war. Fans began to speculate. Was it Kesha who walked into Tamar Braxton's house that night? Was it Kesha who sent the message on behalf of Yandy Smith? Did Kesha turn Tamar Braxton's flirtation with Mendeecees Harris into a bloody warning? The why timeline made it hard to dismiss. Funky Dineva admitted he left Tamar Braxton's house early, saying he went to meet James Knox. He didn't see what happened upstairs. He didn't witness the aftermath. But his own words proved that Mendeecees Harris was there, that the after-party was real, that the story wasn't just invented. And the moment Funky Dineva told the world, he got a text from Tamar Braxton, the EI. Next morning, asking for Dr. Heavenly's number, the scandal became undeniable. Because why would Tamar Braxton need a dentist unless the rumors were true? Unless her teeth were really gone? Unless someone really put hands on her? The fans went wild. Some swore Mendeecees Harris was the one who lost his temper. Others believed Yandy Smith stormed in. The rest pointed at Kesha, saying she was the muscle behind the chaos. No matter who you blamed, the center of the story always came back to the same three names: Tamar Braxton, Yandy Smith, and Mendeecees Harris. Blogs dug deeper. They replayed old clips from Love and Hip Hop where Yandy Smith cried about trust. They resurfaced interviews where Mendeecees Harris admitted Tamar was part of the lifestyle. They pulled shady moments where Tamar Braxton laughed at other women's downfalls. Suddenly, fans weren't just gossiping about one night, they were rewriting history, piecing together years of tension that led to this violent climax. The more the blogs posted, the more fans speculated. What if Yandy Smith found out in real time? They asked. What if Mendeecees Harris got caught up? They whispered. What if Kesha did what Yandy Smith couldn't? The questions grew louder, the theories darker. Meanwhile, Tamar Braxton stayed quiet. And that silence only fueled the fire. Because silence in the face of scandal isn't safety, it's gasoline. Every time Tamar Braxton refused to answer, fans filled in the blanks. And the blanks always pointed back to Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris. The hashtag started trending. Justice for Tamar, Shachar Team Yandy, Shachar Messy Mendeecees. Memes spread, side-by-sides of Tamar Braxton's injuries with photos of Yandy Smith smirking, clips of Mendeecees Harris dodging questions, throwbacks of Kesha standing by her cousin. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was a war of images, a war of receipts, a war of narratives, and while fans argued, producers watched. Love and Hip Hop producers saw storylines printing themselves in real time. Tamar Braxton versus Yandy Smith, Mendeecees Harris in the middle, Kesha as the enforcer, Funky Dineva as the witness, Dr. Heavenly as the fixer, James Knox as the footnote. It was reality TV gold, waiting to be filmed, even if the real blood on the floor was too much to ever make it to air. But this isn't television. This is real life. And in real life, Tamar Braxton wasn't just another cast member. She was a woman who woke up in blood. She was a woman who lost her teeth. She was a woman who texted for help in desperation. And that truth, no matter how messy, no matter how wrapped in gossip, couldn't be denied. The streets demanded an answer. Who did this to Tamar Braxton? Was it Mendeecees Harris? Was it Yandy Smith? Was it Kesha? Or was the truth even uglier? Hiding in the silence of the people who refused to speak? Atlanta thrives on noise, and this scandal was the loudest of them all. And as the noise grew, the reputations of Tamar Braxton, Yandy Smith, and Mendeecees Harris were dragged through the fire, reshaped, scarred, and left to burn. Because this wasn't just about teeth. This was about betrayal. This was about pride. This was about what happens when secrets spill out into the night and someone decides the only way to protect their name is with blood. Atlanta wasn't done talking. If anything, the voices grew louder with each passing day. What happened to Tamar Braxton became more than a scandal. It became a symbol of how fast reputations can crumble, how quickly loyalty can be questioned, and how deeply betrayal cuts when the names are as heavy as Tamar Braxton, Yandy Smith, and Mendeecees Harris. Everywhere you looked, the story followed. Blogs couldn't stop posting about Tamar Braxton. Podcasts replayed the timeline of Tamar Braxton with Mendeecees Harris at V12 Lounge. Instagram lives filled with fans debating whether Yandy Smith really sent Kesha to finish what jealousy had started. And Twitter turned into a battlefield. Hashtags like Justice for Tamar, to protect Yandy, and Messy Mendeecees fought for a dominance every single night. But what made the scandal impossible to shake wasn't just the violence, it was the silence. Tamar Braxton never named who hurt her. Yandy Smith never denied the rumors. Mendeecees Harris never explained why he was with Tamar Braxton in the first place. The silence from all three created a vacuum, and into that vacuum poured the imaginations of millions. And imagination is dangerous when it has names to attach itself to. Some fans swore Mendeecees Harris was guilty. They said the pressure of being exposed, the temptation of being caught, turned violent. They imagined Mendeecees Harris snapping, lashing out, leaving Tamar Braxton bleeding. But others insisted no. Mendeecees Harris wasn't the hand. He was the reason. They believed Yandy Smith stormed in, bringing Kesha with her, delivering revenge in the only language betrayal understands. And still others believed something even darker. That all three were hiding something none of them dared confess. Meanwhile, Funky Dineva's name refused to leave the conversation. Every clip of Funky Dineva confirming he was there, Every detail about the ride from Ruth's Chris to V12 Lounge, every admission that he left Tamar Braxton's home before things turned violent, all of it cemented his role in the story. Fans accused Funky Dineva of knowing more than he said. They claimed he held back to protect Mendeecees Harris, or to protect his own brand,